gang, it's Eric again. As promised, bringing you a video for everybody here in the shop. This is Adam Huizenga. Adam is our towboat sales guy. He sells the Malibus, the Axis, the Nautiques, used boats. He kind of covers the whole gamut. So probably 90-95% of the time when you call in, Adam is who you're going to talk to. Adam has been with us for
6 years.
6 years. Adam actually started in service. We kind of threw him to the wolves to handle everything, and he got a little burnt out, which is totally understandable, especially in a customer service business, and asked if he could transfer over to sales, and we said sure. So Adam gets along great with everybody, has a great personality, and everybody loves him. So he's very proficient in all the boats. He explains everything very well. The customers love him. He's more knowledgeable, I think, than most anybody at any other dealership. It's not just in our boats, just in general of the towboats. And a lot of that is because he uses the boats just like we do, so he knows these boats. But I'll let Adam kind of tell you a little bit about himself, where he was born and raised, where he came from, how he got here, and just so you can put a name to a face and maybe know him a little bit. So.
My name is Adam Huizenga. I came from Vermont originally. I grew up on a 1,200-acre dairy farm, so that was kind of my background of work ethic. Was 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. So very welcome to be down here. Actually came down here first in 2001 for college, and ended up meeting Luke, who is one of the current owners. He was my college roommate and football buddy, so kind of just never left after that. Kind of just stuck around, didn't like the 7 months of winter that Vermont offered, and came down here and saw green grass during a blizzard in Vermont, and was pretty much sold at that point. So been down here ever since. I did start, like you said, 6 years ago on the service side. Loved it, absolutely loved being able to help people, give them product knowledge, and really explain how things operate. I'm very thankful to have come from the service side because it really taught me a lot about this industry and how the boats operated inside now. Not just a performance level, but also a mechanical level, which I can now relate to the customer a lot easier with that understanding of how the towboats actually operate. Love what I do. Love coming to work every single day, and love meeting new people. So really helps out on the sales side, being able to interact with customers every single day and have boat shows and everything else. I really enjoy every ounce of it. So always open to give people information, help people find the right fit. Every owner has a different need for their boat, whether it be how many people go out on the water with you every weekend. How many visitors you get every weekend. Those are big things that people don't think that are factors in buying a boat, but when you actually sit down and look at it, those can be very big deciding factors as far as size and what you're trying to do for the weekend. But that's about my spiel.
Yeah, that's and that just goes hand in hand with what I've been telling you, Tim's been telling you, everybody. We try to match your needs to the boat, not just throw a boat at you and say, hey, this is, push you in something because
we need this unit gone versus
that
one.
And that's not the way. Yeah, that is not the way we do business. So if you come in and Adam's talking to you, he says, hey, what are you going to be doing? How many people you got with you? There's a reason for that, and that is so we can kind of help you decide which direction you might want to go, whether it's price, whether it's size. I mean, whatever the case may be.
Whether you're more related towards the ski side or you're more related towards the surf side, that can kind of determine which boat you need.
Or anywhere in between.
Anywhere in between.
The tube side, whatever. But and what 95% of our customers, it's not about professional wakeboarding. It's not about professional surfing. It's about having fun as a family.
Having fun and the time spent in the boat. That's the biggest thing.
Yes.
And I can't tell you enough how many times we have customers come back in and say, you are exactly right. I think if we had gone with a 22-foot boat, we would have hated it, and we probably would have sold it in a year.
Yeah.
We're really thankful that we went a size up, or vice versa, went a size down.
Yeah. Yep, you're right. And like I said, it's sometimes there's a misconception. I mean, times are changing that hey, I'm going to buy a runabout because we're not really professional wakeboarders or anything like that. And what people don't understand is what we sell is a runabout on steroids.
You can do anything that you could do in a runabout, whether it be cruising the lake or anything else. It just gives you that added feature of being able to actually do board sports behind it.
Yes.
So it's a win-win when you really boil down to it. But the other thing is resale.
Yeah.
That's another big deciding factor on that as well, where you see the IO market is really taking a substantial hit as far as when you first purchase that vessel and leave the dealership with it. It's much like a car. Your return is not going to be as much as it is in the towboat market, where you're going to see that depreciation factor not be quite as big of a hit, so you would as an IO, or a jet boat for that matter.
Yeah. And the things that you can do with the towboat that you can't do with any of those other boats is kids. How important is it to teach your kids how to do stuff?
Keeping kids active.
Yeah,
that's a big thing nowadays with the technological advances of everybody being on their cell phones and stuff. Family time's getting to be very hard to come by.
Yeah.
Keeping kids very focused on family atmosphere stuff versus being glued to their cell phone while they're out in a boat.
Yes.
Got to give them some type of an activity to keep doing.
Absolutely. And what you will find in boating that you don't find anywhere else is boating brings that family together. It brings friends together. You meet people. It really does become a giant family community type feeling.
Especially I feel like more so with our dealership as the fact that
right.
We are out every weekend.
Yeah.
We spend
every weekend
out on the water.
You're talking to customers. You're hanging out with customers. It's
it's usually 3 houseboats of ours tied up together, and you probably get about 15 to 20 different customers that stop by throughout the weekend.
Teaching customers' kids how to surf. Teaching customers' kids how to wakeboard. I mean, all of that. I mean, it is truly a family, and it's just that's what we want people to understand. Boating should be fun. It should be exciting. The kids should look forward going to it. Dad should look forward going to boating and all. One thing that I realized, and I've been boating since I was 14 or 15 years old. So of course I wanted my boys are older now, but I wanted my boys to experience that as well. So they have been on a boat ever since they were 6 months old. And looking at it from a parent perspective was very different. And it actually worked out to our advantage, my wife and I, because what happens is, of course, the kids love to go and they want to bring their friends and all of that. So what happens is when you spend an entire day, a weekend, or a week with your kids and their friends as a parent, you kind of get to see what their friends are like. Of course you want your kids, you don't want them led in the wrong direction, and I'm not saying that happens, but I'm just saying it is very beneficial to spend a day or a weekend on the lake with your kids' friends and find out who they really are, because by the end of the weekend it's going to come out. It always does. But it just helps you connect with your children. It helps you spend time with your children, their friends, away from the electronic devices. It's and usually they're arguing over who's going next.
Yeah.
I'm next. And that's and we love that.
Yeah.
We love that.
To see the enthusiasm out of the kids, I think, is definitely probably the biggest reward.
Absolutely.
Best example that I've seen was recently on a boat that I sold was to the Rixies.
Yes.
I got a video the day that they surprised their 2 daughters with this boat in the driveway, and it was the daughter's favorite color.
Yes.
And I get a video back from them about how surprised they were and how excited they were to get to the water, and those are the things that are more rewarding than the sale of the boat, is getting that return knowledge and feedback from that customer that this is how excited we are about getting to the lake. that's a huge return.
And you know they're having fun when you talk to them. They come back in. You know, so many of our customers, they come back in time and time again into the pro shop and buying a new board or new this, or they've progressed. You know, and you'll talk to them and you say, okay, you like it? Oh yeah, we love it. We love it. How many hours do you have on your boat? Oh, I'm 80 hours. 80 hours? You just bought the boat a couple of months ago. Oh yeah, we're out almost every day. You know, and we got one, and I think she took delivery in March or April.
Late.
She's already got 150 hours on her boat. You know, that right there tells you how much they love it and how much fun it is, and that's what we like to hear. We like to hear those stories.
Yeah.
And all. So Adam's instrumental in all of that. Like I said, 95% of the time, Adam is who you're going to be talking to, and if it's not Adam, it's going to be Luke or myself. So, you know, come in and see us. Yeah.
The biggest thing with me is I'm here for information. That's what I am solely here for, is to give you information about our product. At the end of the day, it's always the customer's decision. It's always the customer's money being spent.
Yes.
So I always tell my customers, use me for knowledge, use me for
Yes.
information. That is what I am here for. So if you have any questions, by all means, give me a phone call or an email. Just adam@tntwatersports.com. I would be more than happy to answer any question that people have. Even if it's just the use of your boat, I'm more than happy to give anybody a type of information. So,
All right. Cool. Thanks. Thanks for
Anytime.
watching. See you soon.